What can you get for $1 million in the mountains? That's one of the questions that I get asked all the time. And let me tell you, it varies a lot by location to location. But as your local real estate expert, I can guide you through all of the information. As always, you can contact me at the number below on the screen. You'll text or you'll call me, and it'll come directly to me for any questions that you might have. So let's start off with Breckenridge. In Breckenridge, the average $1 million price point is going to get you a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, somewhere in that downtown area. As you get a little bit more to the outskirts, you can definitely get a little bit more for your money. You might be able to find a 3-bedroom if you're maybe 5 or 10 minutes outside of town. You can also generally find some townhomes. Now, a great location to find some of these townhomes is going to be in the Baldy area, up just a little bit outside. And one of the nice things about that location is it's going to have some really fantastic views up there. However, it's not going to be short-term rental friendly. If you head out towards Blue River, you're actually going to be able to start finding some single-family homes, that 2 to 3 bedroom range, maybe 1,500 square feet, right around $1 million. Now, again, most of those single-family homes are not going to be short-term rental friendly. You're probably going to need to be in that 1.5 range and on up in Blue River if you're looking for something where you can get a short-term rental license. As we move on and talk a little bit more about some of the other towns, Frisco's our next closest town. In that location, prices are pretty darn similar to Breckenridge, maybe a touch lighter than that. And so you'd still probably get a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom property here in Frisco for $1 million. The condos here definitely vary from location. When you're closer to Main Street, you're going to have more opportunity to find a property that's going to be new and updated. As you get a little bit further away from Main Street, you're going to find that some of those properties are a little bit older, and in turn, the price points may be a little bit lower. So you might even be able to find, again, a 3-bedroom or a townhome as you get a bit away from Frisco Main Street. Over in Dillon, your price goes quite a bit further. For $1 million in Dillon, you're generally going to be able to find a 3-bedroom condo or townhome, and sometimes you can even find single-family homes in that price point in the Dillon Valley area or in the Summit Cove area. So your dollars go a little bit further as you get over to that side of the county. Same is true for Silverthorne as well too. You can generally get more for your money. So $1 million will often buy you a 3-bedroom home, townhome, sometimes again, even single-family home that you could get in that area. The condos that are right in that downtown Silverthorne core where you can short-term rent your properties, those are going to be a little bit more expensive. But as you get into Wilderness, as you get north of Silverthorne, the prices do tend to go down a little bit, so your dollars are going to stretch a little bit further. Next, we're going to head over to Keystone. In general, Keystone, even though it's a ski and ski out location, is priced a little bit lower than what you're going to find in Breckenridge. So usually you're going to be able to get into a 3-bedroom condo in Keystone for $1 million, maybe even a townhome. Definitely the properties there are mostly going to be on the bus system to Keystone, so even if you're just a few minutes outside of that main River Run village, you're going to have great access to take the bus right into the village and be able to hop on the lifts in no time. Copper Mountain is very similar to Keystone, both in pricing and in terms of the feel with the buses and the transportation system throughout. You're generally going to be able to get a 2-bedroom, if not a 3-bedroom Copper, either in the main village or in the East Village there for that price point. There aren't a ton of single-family homes in Copper until you get into Lewis Ranch, so really you're not going to find any single-family homes for that $1 million mark there. As we head over to Vail, Vail tends to get quite a bit more expensive. In that downtown Vail core, $1 million is really only going to buy you maybe a 1-bedroom condo, maybe 2. Now, if you're looking in East Vail or West Vail, you can start to get a little bit more for your money, and you might find a 2-bedroom, maybe even possibly a 3-bedroom. It's pretty rare to find a single-family home anywhere close to that price point in Vail, though generally those are going to be closer to that $2 million price point. Beaver Creek gets even maybe just a touch more expensive than Vail. A 1-bedroom condo is going to probably come in right around about $1 million if you're right in Beaver Creek. If you spread out towards Avon a little bit, again, the prices get a little bit better, and you do still have some great access to the mountains with the gondola as well as with the bus system. Winter Park is probably going to be one of the best ski resort areas in terms of bang for your buck. When it comes to Winter Park and Fraser, you're definitely going to be able to find a 3-bedroom townhome or condo for $1 million. You can also find quite a few single-family homes in this price point as well too. Now, some of our communities that are just outside of the ski resorts still make for great locations because they're still only 15, 20, maybe 30 minutes into the ski resorts. So if you think about places like Alma and Fairplay, those you are going to find a fantastic single family home for $1 million. You're going to probably be on the larger side there. In fact, you're probably looking at like a 2,500 square foot home plus on probably a half an acre to an acre of land. And generally those areas do allow short-term rentals. Leadville is another area that you might consider just outside the ski resorts. For $1 million, you are going to get a really nice home in Leadville. It'll be close to the downtown town, again on the larger side, probably 2,500 plus square feet, and you're probably going to have some pretty good acreage there. So as you can see, what you can get for $1 million here in the mountains varies a ton, but I would love to walk you through all the options anytime. So click on the number below, give me a call, shoot me a text message. As your local real estate expert, I'd love to share what I know about the mountains here.